So here's what I hope will be a brief recap of the finale of Season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. Oh look, Matt and Karen are on a date. Oh, we cut back to court and it's just a dream. Or is it just a dream? We shall see. Karen is on trial for something, I don't know, maybe a bad dye job? I don't know what it is. Then we cut to Jessica patching up Matt for some reason. He got shot or something happened to him. That's one of the big problems with this series is that things happen and by the next episode you forget. And so it's like, wait a minute, when did this? Oh yeah, that's right. Jessica Jones makes a joke about childbirth being more painful than being shot. Okay, yeah, we get it. Girl power. Then we cut to Kingpin and Buck. And Buck has to give him the bad news that he whacked young Tony Soprano. Isn't that disappointing? Kingpin gives Buck the order to go whack Matt Murdock, I think. I don't know. He hands him a piece of paper or something. Maybe it's a shopping list or something. Yeah, pick up some milk on the way home. Yeah, thanks, Buck. Cut back to the trial, and not Heather Glenn is on the stand. And listen, I read Daredevil for a long time. This is not Heather Glenn. Heather Glenn was a drunk, rich socialite. And this is just she's just a see you next Tuesday, okay? This is a completely unlikable character. I don't know who this character is, but it is not Heather Glenn. Heather Glenn was more interesting when she was a rich, drunk party girl, okay? So Heather Glenn's on the stand, and oh look, Matt Murdock shows up. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen here. So the lawyer lady gets up, says, Dr. Glenn, did you... I don't know, Dr. Glenn. She's not a doctor, okay? Says, did you strike Miss Page during questioning? Objection. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm not a lawyer, but even I know that they would say, Miss Glenn, you were alone with Miss Page in the interrogation room, and she was handcuffed to the table, and now she has injuries consistent with being hit. How did she get them? Really? And there were no security cameras monitoring their conversation? I find that a little hard to believe. Listen, I understand there's supposed to be such a thing as suspension of disbelief, but there's things that this show gets really, really wrong, and you just can't ignore them. And again, I'm not a lawyer, but don't you have the right to say, listen, I don't consent to having a psychological exam at this time? And wouldn't that hold up? I don't get it. I don't get it. Disney, you are dropping the ball big time here. So we cut to the cops across the street with fake Bullseye. They're going to frame Bullseye for doing something. And real Bullseye comes in and kills everybody. Oh, yeah, isn't that special? So Matt Murdock goes, I'll call Wilson Fisk to the stand. Okay, cool. And Kingpin comes in with the white suit on. I guess it's 25% different. I don't know. Raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear. So anyway. So we cut back to the cops and fake Bullseye, and the cops are killed by real Bullseye. Yay, real Bullseye. Yay, I guess he's not a bad guy after all. Yay. So we cut back to the courtroom, and Matt Murdock's making a case about due process, which is very relevant to today, but it feels a little heavy-handed. So Matt Murdock's making the case that this is all a smokescreen because the port is owned by Wilson Fisk Industries, and he's the one smuggling guns, and that they're going to use the trial and the deposition by the guy who was on the Northern Star to discredit him. This is our, hey kids, remember this extraneous detail that you thought was completely pointless, but now it's turned out to be an important plot device. So then we cut to the meeting in the chambers, and, it's not relevant. Oh, he's not even here. And you see Wilson Fisk whispering, I'm going to have you thrown in a cell forever. And Matt Murdock saying, yeah, I'd like to see you try it, fat boy. So they played a deposition. Yeah, Kingpin told us to sink the boat if Daredevil showed up, and he showed up, and we sank the boat. Glub, 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 glub. So the lawyer guy for Wilson Fisk is saying, objection, this guy's not even here, and unless you can corroborate with someone else's testimony, it's immaterial. Matt Murdock says, oh, yeah, I'm going to corroborate right now. Guess what, everybody? I'm Daredevil. This is the most un-Daredevil-like thing in this entire series. Matt Murdock would go a long way to protect his identity. A lot of people knew it, but he still would protect it, and he would not just announce in court that he was Daredevil. But Disney wants to make a point about, the self-side, look at that, he's they're trying to turn him into Tony Stark, that whole I'm Iron Man moment. And it just doesn't work here. I'm not buying it. So the lawyer guy says, you're going to tell everybody that you're really a Daredevil, a blind man? Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, that's believable. So he throws the billy club around the courtroom, which is actually kind of cool, but, again, I'm not buying it. So Matt Murdock lays out the evil plan that Kingpin was arming his task force with the weapons from the Northern Star. So Matt Murdock gives his whole impassioned speech.
I object, Your Honor. This trial is a travesty. It's a travesty of a mockery, of a sham, of a mockery, of a travesty, of two mockeries, of a sham.
You can't handle the truth.
You're out of order. You're out of order. The whole trial is out of order.
So in light of the evidence, Karen Page walks. So Kingpin walks out of the courtroom and says, yeah, we're throwing a book at you. Then there's a big confrontation in, I guess it's the atrium or rotunda. I don't know what it is. Rotunda is just a fancy word for lobby. So they're setting up fake Bullseye to shoot Matt Murdock, and so the real Bullseye shoots Buck. Oh, no great loss. Chaos, oh no! And they walk outside and they just open fire in broad daylight in front of a courtroom full of people. I'm like, yeah, that's believable. Everybody's running. So everybody retreats back into the courtroom, and then later there's a phalanx of cops outside the building, and they're having a lockdown. Oh yeah, can we at least get pizza in there or something? I don't know. Somebody's gonna get kind of hungry. So Kingpin tries to give a speech from the courtroom. No, they're coming to get you. Well, be careful, they're gonna get you. Oh no! And New Yorkers are actually turning on him pretty quickly, which I thought they would do by episode 3, but what do I know? So then it's fake Kingpin, the anonymous video, I guess. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to be going for. Oh, hey, how's it going? It's fake Kingpin. And she takes off the mask, and it's Ben Urich's daughter. Oh, okay, isn't that nice? And look, it's New Yorkers. They're mobilizing against the bad cops. Oh, yeah, hey, there's civic uprising. That's lovely. And then there's the reveal that Matt Murdock's going to put on the suit. And I got to say, this is probably one of the cheaper-looking suits in the entire Marvel Universe. The logo's not even embossed. That would have been a nice touch. Well, they don't consult me about these things. So Kingpin's saying, make sure Matt Murdock and Karen Page never leave this building alive. Oh, great. Oh, yeah. Go do what I pay you to do. So Matt Murdock and Jessica Jones get ready to go into battle, and she takes the last swig of whiskey. And I guess that's, liquid courage, I guess. So outside, the cop guy shows up. Let's not do anything we're going to regret here. And, of course, the bad cop says, shoot him in the face. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, shoot him in the face. And if you won't do it, I won't do it. And the diverse cop smacks the white cop with the butt of the rifle and knocks him out. Yay, diversity, I guess? I don't know. Look, I know it's New York, and I know I live in the area, but this crowd is just noticeably really diverse. Maybe it's Disney trying to say something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't get it. So the crowd of diversity storms the courthouse. Yay, Mario Party. Let's go. Yay. Jessica Jones and Daredevil are beating people up. That's exciting. And the lawyer lady is saying, hey, Kingpin, you want to take the deal they got on the table? You get to leave and you get to lay low and just chill out somewhere. I'm not leaving the city. So Kingpin gets up, open the door, and he goes on a mass killing spree. Really? I don't know. To me, this is just Disney's way of saying, look, we can do violence too. We can do violent, edgy entertainment. And I'm just not buying it. I really am not. So Jessica Jones and Daredevil are fighting, and scrawny little girl is having her girl boss moment. Oh, yes, that's lovely. And then Karen Page has her girl boss moment. Disney can't get away from these girl boss moments. Jeez. So they go, hey, we're meeting up in the lobby here, and there's bodies flying down the stairs. And I'm always amazed that stuntmen could do this pretty well and just fall down the stairs and not get hurt. And the crowd's booing. Boo, we hate Kingpin now. Oh, boo, he's a bad guy. Boo, boo. And Kingpin saying, after all I've done for you, I've given you so much, and I asked so little. And goes, let's go get him. No, don't do that. And a gigantic beatdown ensues after this. Matt Murdock's like, no, get off him. No. Okay, well, maybe beat him up a little bit. Matt Murdock and Jessica Jones pulls everybody off of Kingpin, and Matt Murdock confronts him and says, take the deal. So I guess here they're just giving each other a chance to both walk away and make better lives for themselves, I guess. I guess that's what's going on. So I guess it's a few months later, and they cut to scenes in New York. Everything looks kind of peaceful. And then they show the old Rosie's Bar. It's a Chinese restaurant or a Thai restaurant or something. And Karen Page is having a date with Matt Murdock. And then the cops pull up, and they arrest Matt Murdock. And I'm like, for what? You think that they at least would have dropped the charges? Matt Murdock, you're under arrest for assault and attempted murder. I'm like, just attempted? That's it? Well, maybe Karen will give him a conjugal visit while he's in prison. Who knows? Then they load Matt Murdock into the squad car. We cut to Jessica Jones playing with little Jessica Jones. And we see Luke Cage come back. Oh, yay, Luke Cage is back. Yay. And then we cut to Ben Urich's daughter, and she gets a job at the Daily Bugle or the Bulletin or whatever it is. Then we cut to Man on a Flight, and it's Matthew Lillard, and he's sitting next to Bullseye, and he's getting a million miles, being in the Million Miles Club. Oh, those frequent flyer miles really pay off, don't they? Then we cut back to Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Oh, Alias Investigations. Oh, yeah, that's right out of the comics. Oh, yeah, I recognize that. Ugh. Then we intercut between not Heather Glenn and Matt Murdock, and she's got the Muse mask, and she puts on the mask, and she's going to be Muse. So we cut back to Matt Murdock in prison, and he's walking past all the cops that he helped put there. Oh, yeah, that's going to turn out well. Then we cut to Kingpin, and he's on a beach staring at the ocean somewhere, and he's made out pretty good. He's the character that probably benefited the most from this, because he's a free man. He's just looking at the ocean, just chilling out on a beach somewhere in the Bahamas or whatever it is. You kill a bunch of people, you turn the city upside down, and you get all expense paid Caribbean vacation. Yeah, not bad. Then we come back to Matt Murdock, and the final shot is him in solitary, and then they close the door on him. And the series ends. Oh, geez. That was anticlimactic. Listen, I've been a fan of Daredevil for a long time. Daredevil's actually my favorite superhero. Everybody else was reading X-Men and Spider-Man and whatever, and I was reading Daredevil. I was one of the only guys that was reading Daredevil. I have those original Frank Miller issues. And to me, this series just isn't Daredevil. And let me explain that. This is Disney's version of Daredevil. This is Disney trying to prove that they can do this kind of edgy entertainment, and it largely fails. There are too many times in this series where you say, stop, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. And it just takes you right out of it. And all the stuff about Fisk and the anti-vigilante task force and the government overreach and the due process, and even though a lot of that stuff I happen to agree with, it still comes across as rather heavy-handed. Rather than making a pertinent point where you say, oh, yeah, well, gee, I never thought of that, they make you say, really? We're going down this road? Okay, I guess, if we have to. Another problem I have with this Daredevil Born Again series is that it comes across more at times as a garden variety legal drama. Well, but Matt Murdock's a lawyer. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but he's also a superhero. In the first Netflix season, he was Daredevil more than he was Matt Murdock. And I guess that's my real problem here. Disney doesn't want to show superheroes doing superheroic things. And when they do show them, it just falls kind of flat. It's like they're almost sorry that they have to show it. And I get it. Fight scenes are expensive and they're difficult to coordinate. I get it. But you know what? It's a superhero show. That's what you're supposed to be showing. You're supposed to be showing them doing heroic things. And you're not. If I wanted to see a courtroom drama, I could watch Suits. I could watch Law and Order. I could tune in to see any number of lawyer shows that are already on. I could watch. There's no shortage of procedural courtroom dramas here. I'm tuning into Daredevil to watch Daredevil. And I'm not seeing Daredevil. That's the biggest problem. Yeah, everything's just very heavy-handed in this series. It really is. They're always trying to prove that they can do this. Oh, Disney's out to prove the naysayers wrong. I'm like, no, you really didn't. You really didn't. It fell apart. Listen, and I get that people were excited to get these characters back. But that's all you're giving us. You're giving us just the character. You're not giving us anything, any real reason why they're back or anything of substance. You're not doing anything interesting with the character once they're back. And I've read there's going to be a season 3 and Matt Murdock's in prison. I'm like, well, you've written yourself into a corner now. How do you get out of this? You painted yourself into a corner. Kingpin gets off scot-free. He's in the Bahamas or wherever he is. And Matt Murdock's in jail with the cops who he put there. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm like, if I don't, what am I not getting here? What do you see in this series that I'm not? The people who like it, what do you see in this that I'm not? And again, I get that people are excited to get these characters back, but you know what? You're not doing anything interesting. It was more interesting when Matt Murdock would show up in the Spider-Man movie and he would be giving Peter Parker legal advice, but now seeing 8 episodes or 9 episodes or whatever it is of Matt Murdock in this, whatever this is supposed to be, it's a serious letdown. It's a really, really serious letdown. Oh, well. Like I said, I don't know what they're going to do with season 3, but I am not looking forward to it. Anyway, that's it. That's the end of Daredevil Born Again, season 2. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Seriously, though, how do you take something I like and turn it into something that I really seriously dislike? It's astounding to me.